motherfucking Golden State soldiers, boy, that leave your back open smoking like some Doja, boy. Cause we gon' ride, and y'all gon' die. It's California, motherfucker, the home of the drive-by. I'm a rider, nigga, and can't nobody touch me. Grew up in the Bay with real G's amongst me. That's probably how I took heed to these same whole streets. Nigga, lay diamond it up to put my vocals on beat. Now every time that I spit, I feed off heat. And every time that I rip, I know my shit gon' stink. I push the product off the block, cause money's a major issue if you
like on the edge, fast life. Who my friends? Guess they blown with the wind. They plotting on my ends.
Gotta keep my pistol close, aim at the smoke. Any opposition who's my pistol while I'm gone.
So paper chasing homie straight up with these automatics. You wanna handle my low, so we straight up bustin' and blasting. The Motorola holder, keep the Coca-Cola flowing. And these tricks on the hitter, count this 9mm complex in my own mind. Doing these dangerous times in this life.
No, I liked it, yeah. This that old school vibe.
Look at that.
Back to 1995.
Alright, bro, stop him.
The mechanics.
No, I like it, yeah. This that old school vibe. Back to 1995.
What's up, bro?
I'm in the
Alright, so today's guest is not only an entrepreneur, friend of the show, family, and one of the greatest fathers I've ever seen with my own two eyes. CT, welcome, man.
Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it. For real.
For sure. It's been some time since we seen you on the camera, or shit, behind the camera, should I say, man. So let's cut to the cake. Where are you originally from?
Shoot, man. So originally from Los Angeles, California. A lot of people don't know that. Moved to the Bay Area when we was like, around 3-4 years old. EPA, and then from there, things kind of changed from there. Moved to, Denver, St. Louis. We got family in the Lou, so for all the people out of St. Louis, much love. But yeah, basically, man, that's what it is. And then after we left St. Louis, came to San Ho rather. When I was around, mid-20s or so.
Okay, that was my next question. How long have you been in California?
Shoot, man, like I said, we was born here. So born in LA. Man, we came back. I came back about almost 2 decades now. So
about 20 years.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it is.
All right, man. In your words, can you explain what CT means and represents?
Sure, man. CT is an acronym for comatose. You know what I'm saying? Mind-blowing lyrics. You know what I'm saying? No matter if it's street lyrics or just lyrical hip hop. Got that name, puffing on some steam trees back in the day before it was legal. So, yeah, man, mind-blowing lyrics, CT. And then there's a lot of comatoses out there, so I try to change it up. There's even a comatose, I think, in San Ho at one time. So I'm glad I did break it down like that. So that's the meaning behind it.
Nice. All right, man. So you've been in merch, music, and a host of other venues, but the South Bay DVD stands out the most. What inspired you to produce that DVD?
Man, the South Bay Kingz was something kind of like bottom of the Bay TV. Much love for putting that out there.
Okay.
Being in the Bay Area, the South Bay, has always got a unique, different perspective than the rest of the Bay Area that kind of separates us. And that separation also alienates us at the same time. So I'm like, I'm gonna put together a documentary. Everybody thought it was gonna be San Jose Gone Wild. At the time, it was Autumn Gone Wild.
I remember that shit.
So
I do remember that.
Me being me, I didn't want to do the same old, man. I'm like, I'm gonna put a documentary together documenting this time in San Jose hip hop and just let people know, if they don't know about the South Bay, the pioneers, and as many artists that I could get on there, some known, some not known, showing love and, trying to just build networks, bridges, etc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was ahead of your time with that one, bro. For sure.
Yeah.
You ever think about doing that again, or is that a closed chapter?
Nah, man, shoot. That was supposed to be a series, but, man, life happens. So sometimes you got to change some things up. But being that you doing what you're doing now, man, that may be something that we can take it to a whole other level. And being that we filmed it when, it wasn't no 1080p and none of that. It was just... Man,
It still look good and sound good. I watched that DVD to this day,
it's
bro.
got some game on it, man.
Yes, it
It's got
does.
some game on it. And then, you know, some of those tracks on there were never even released, man. It was ahead of its time. Everybody didn't like the DVD. I'll say that. I'll say about 75% of people that I sold it to, I got good responses. Because again, people thought it was gonna be Sounds Gone Wild, and it wasn't that, but it was definitely ahead of its time because nobody has done nothing like that since. And I think it's time to probably put that part 2 out there.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so what is your current career in 2021?
Man, 2021, post-COVID, man, entrepreneurship, man. As you can see up in my office right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We in the office right now, and man, just putting together businesses, multiple streams of income. All you young cats out there right now that's thinking that you ain't gonna get older, you're gonna get older. You got to get your game tight, man. Get your game together. Not just your street game, your financial game, your stocks, your assets, because it's gonna be real serious in a minute. You know, if you don't have any type of ownership, I don't care if you're doing videos, I don't care if you're doing whatever business, if you don't own it, then you're a slave. It's time for people to stop being slaves. All the black people watching this, be an owner, not a slave. All the Latino, white people, whatever. If you're watching this right now, own your own stuff. And if you're not, you're definitely gonna be a slave. They locking everything down, and I've been saying this for a minute. Everything's merging into one thing. So if you ain't got some type of your own ownership, assets, resources that you can help your own family and your people, you're going to fall off and you're going to be stuck in this matrix, man.
Real shit.
That's
Are you a grandchild of Disney?
You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. So you're known around the Bay Area for relentless hustle, quality music, and album releases. Also an insurance extraordinaire. So what are some of the differences hustling out of the trunk compared to having to hustle out your own office?
Man, it's the only difference is your environment. So, you know, and I'll say this first: you got to know when to turn one mode off and pop on another one. If you in the streets and you don't know how to turn that street light off and turn on a professional mind frame like this, man, you may lose some money. So it's the same in the sense that you still got to have that drive that no matter what I'm doing, whatever product, whatever service, whether it's an album or a life insurance policy, you got to believe in yourself, 1 and 2. You can't stop. You can't let the hatred deter you from doing what you got to do. So the mind frame is the same. I'm going to make this money. I'm going to make this happen, and I'm going to be the owner. So it's the same thing, man. Don't stop, build a plan, and work that plan.
Great. That's a great answer, man. All right, so what's the obstacle that you face with having your own business?
Man, the first obstacle is not being scared, man. Look, it took me a minute to just, in my brain, like, hey, man, you can make this happen on your own. You can do this by yourself. You don't need, you need help, but the most thing you got to overcome is that fear to take that chance to be that owner, to be that entrepreneur, to move to that next level of your career, to take chances, man. You got to take chances, and whatever God, whatever the Most High put in your head, that vision that you've seen like that, whether it's your record, whether it's getting real estate, whatever it is, He already gave you that vision. So now you gotta figure out that in between part of that vision, because when you have that vision, you see the beginning and you see yourself making it. Oh, damn! But God showed you could do that. So all that in between, all that hustle and grind, that's what you got to figure out, and that's the formula.
See, that's why it's scary to talk to him, bro. Be too real sometimes.
Hey, man.
All right, man. So what information can you give to people so they can have an understanding of why insurance is important?
Man, I wish you could look at that little chart I got over here, but I'm gonna break it down.
I'll put it in the outtakes.
I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna break it down like this. All the debt that we have right now, all right, that's coming from COVID, from the Social Security, interest on the national deficit, all of that stuff right now. Man, they're gonna be taxing the hell out of people. And if you don't have a certain amount of knowledge, you just don't. Half of our money is ate up by taxes, charges, fees, and whatnot. So one thing people don't know that life insurance is good for, besides paying out a death benefit to your family, charity, whatever, you can, while you living, You can put that money inside of a life insurance account, and this is something that they've been doing for centuries. IRS can't mess with to a certain extent, the money in there, and then you can become your own bank. So imagine if all you young cats out there, okay, you had a place where you can draw money from. This is how I start this business right here. Did you think I could get a bank loan? No. Did you think I got someone borrow? Hey, that's not gonna happen for a lot of us. But I was blessed enough to get some game from my Vietnamese homie that put me in the game, the insurance game.
Shout out to him, man.
Shout out to him. And I borrowed money from that policy, not when I was dead, when I was alive, youngster. Started this business, but even before I started this business, I borrowed money for emergencies. I borrowed money for opportunities that I would not have had. Think if you had somewhere where you could pull money out. Think of all of the people in the hood have money where they could pull out to do the things they needed to do. That's why it's important. And the average person ain't gonna tell you that you can borrow money from it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways how the Vietnamese community, and this is some like behind the scenes game, was able to flourish and do the things that they would do without the banks, without all that. So, you know, if you want some more information on it, hit me up on Twitter at DonParish, at Don Parish. Or you can also follow me on Instagram at DP Hustle, right?
Nice.
Serious business, man. Look, even if you ain't trying to work, I mean, get this policy or whatever, I can at least give you some avenues and point you in the right direction. Because once I give you that game, you can spread it amongst your peers and ain't no stopping. Man, that's the new game right there. That's that Pentium game.
Solid, boy. Solid. I do remember that Pentium. All right, man. So this next segment is called Put It in the Universe. If you can have an hour sit down with any entrepreneur, CEO, or head of company, who would they be?
Damn. Wow. Ooh. Man, that's a lot of people, man. Shoot.
Just pick one.
I'm gonna say this. If it was, I'll just throw it in as far as like, I'm gonna give you my hip hop one. If I could sit down with a hip hop person and soak all the game from them, it would be Ice-T.
What the? Why I gotta ask? Why Ice-T, man?
Right, I'm gonna tell you. About 15 years ago, I read The Ice Opinion, his book. And when I read that dude's book, I was like, man, this dude's a genius. And if you look at Ice-T this is like pre-gangster hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He still was making money before then, and up to now. And he transitioned his career from hip hop to acting. And now he's a major icon, ex-pimp, ex-gang member, ex-jewelry store thief.
Yeah.
Everybody know Ice-T. So I'm going to talk to him, and not just about the game from the hip hop game, but the business aspect, how to open them other doors up. Another one, Queen Latifah.
Wow. Okay.
Some bosses, man. Those is real bosses in the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's the hip hop.
Can I ask why Queen Latifah?
Same thing, man.
That transition through.
That transition. She's won. Did she win an Emmy or an Oscar?
Yeah, I think she got damn near all of them.
That's
if I'm
what
not
I'm
mistaken.
saying. So, man, Queen Latifah is known. She can go anywhere on the planet.
Mm-hmm. And she's a mega star.
Not only she known, she's gonna get respect in Europe. I mean, in the Netherlands. Queen Latifah. Yeah. This is Queen Latifah from Ladies First with the African stuff. Man, look at her now. So I'm looking at people that ain't just, they took care of they was an icon in the music, but they took care of their business. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I always try to teach and preach is like, fellas, we gotta get our business right. You have to, because look at the stuff now. All the music that y'all doing, Impakt and AK9. Shout out to AK9. Shout out to Rush Records. Shout out to Home South Bay. Crazy Times. All them. They had their business right, man, and that's more important. Man, I ain't gonna say it's more important than being hot, but you can be hot and broke.
Yeah.
I'd rather be not known but got money because I own my own stuff. So. It makes a difference. It makes a difference, man. Real talk.
All right, man. So that about wraps this segment up at Bottom of the Bay. You want to give everybody your socials and websites so they'll know where to find you at?
Yeah, again, man, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at Don Parish Agency. I need to get more live and active on social media. You can also follow me on DP Hustle on Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitter at DonParish. Get some game. upgrade and elevate.
All right, man. We appreciate you for coming on Bottom of the Bay. This guy is like a father figure, although he is my cousin. I met him when I was 6 years old, and we've been rocking ever since.
You've been
Freestyling.
rapping your ass off since then. Much love to Bottom of the Bay TV. Subscribe and like.
All right, y'all. Peace.